Picture this. You've just bought a sleek new electric vehicle, feeling like a hero for helping the planet. You pull up to your favorite spot and order a trendy plant-based burger, believing you're making a difference 1 bite and 1 mile at a time. But what if these green solutions aren't the saviors they claim to be? What if they're overhyped, glossy distractions that create as many problems as they solve? Let's unpack how electric vehicles and fake meat follow a similar narrative of false promises and hidden costs. Electric vehicles entered the market with the promise of a cleaner, greener future, no emissions, lower running costs, and a way to break free from fossil fuels. But the reality isn't as shiny as the marketing suggests. While EVs don't emit CO2 while driving, their batteries rely on materials like lithium, cobalt, and nickel, which are mined in ways that wreak havoc on the environment. Mining these resources devastates ecosystems, pollutes water supplies, and leaves behind a massive carbon footprint, undermining the clean image of EVs. Battery degradation adds to the problem. Many EVs lose their range within a few years, leading to expensive replacements and more waste. Then there's the cost factor. EVs are often marketed as cost-effective in the long run, with fewer moving parts and cheaper fuel costs. But that story comes with caveats. Without a home charging station, charging your EV can be inconvenient and expensive. Public chargers, particularly fast ones, often cost more than gasoline. Add to that the high price of insuring and repairing EVs, and the financial advantage begins to fade. And don't forget about the infrastructure challenges. Charging stations are still scarce in many regions, creating headaches for drivers and further undermining the promise of EV convenience. Now let's talk about fake meat, the other darling of the sustainability movement. Plant-based burgers are praised for reducing emissions and sparing animals, but the truth isn't as simple as it seems. Producing fake meat relies heavily on monocrops like soy and peas, which lead to soil degradation, biodiversity loss, and heavy pesticide use. These crops are often grown in industrialized systems that are anything but sustainable. And the end product? A highly processed imitation that's far removed from the natural foods it claims to replace. Just as EVs swap one set of problems for another, fake meat introduces new environmental challenges under the guise of progress. Both electric vehicles and fake meat are top-down solutions, heavily pushed by governments and corporations eager to meet production quotas and appear environmentally friendly. Governments pour billions into subsidies for EVs, incentivizing automakers to churn out more vehicles without addressing the deeper issues of car dependency or overconsumption. Similarly, fake meat's rise is driven by marketing trends and corporate goals, not necessarily by genuine consumer demand. These products are often more about optics than effectiveness, creating the illusion of progress while sidestepping the root causes of environmental challenges. And here's where the problems ripple outward: developing nations. When EVs and fake meat fail to deliver on their promises, they're often offloaded to countries that don't have the infrastructure or resources to manage them. Electric vehicles with degraded batteries and high maintenance costs aren't practical solutions for regions without reliable power grids or recycling facilities. Similarly, exporting fake meat to areas with sustainable traditional farming practices disrupts local systems that are often more environmentally friendly than the monocrop-dependent production of plant-based proteins. The bottom line? Both electric vehicles and fake meat attempt to replace natural, time-tested systems with tech-heavy, over-processed alternatives, often creating more problems than they solve. EVs, while offering a step forward, don't address the deeper issue of car dependency and the environmental cost of battery production. Fake meat, for all its promises, is still a processed product that comes with its own set of ecological drawbacks. Instead of rushing toward these so-called solutions, we should focus on real, practical alternatives that work in harmony with nature. Solutions like regenerative farming, which integrates crops and livestock to restore ecosystems and sequester carbon, offer a better path forward. Improving public transportation, investing in renewable energy, and promoting efficient, practical technologies could yield far more impactful results than trendy, overhyped products. The key is to ask the right question. Are we solving problems or just creating new ones? When it comes to electric vehicles and fake meat, the answers aren't as clear as they seem. It's time to rethink our approach and prioritize solutions that genuinely benefit the planet and its people. Let's move beyond marketing-driven fixes and focus on meaningful, lasting change.